Welcome back to map 3 between Insomnia and Fire DE. This time the German is spawning in the left spawn position in red. He's of course going for altar first, and so is Insomnia probably doing as well. And yeah, that's what he's doing. He's the player in yellow on the right hand side of Echo Isles. So currently the score is 2-0 for Fire DE. So he's got the chance to finish this best of 5 on map 3 already, and if he does, then we will have our third 3-0 victory in the playoffs in a row, which I guess wasn't necessarily expected, but of course he's gonna have to overcome Insomnia first, and I'm guessing he's not gonna go down here without a fight. So altars are about to finish, and yeah, of course we're gonna see IEM on both sides. Let's just confirm that very quickly. Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing here. And of course this is Echo Isles, so there are plenty of different possible openings here on either side. So we'll see where the players are gonna start creeping, when they will start getting aggressive, when they will take, or if one or both of them are gonna go for an expansion first, etc. etc. So here is halfway out Insomnia with the little bit forward scout farm with the scout as well, whereas Fire skipped his scout, didn't scout anything so far. We'll see if he'll use a footman or if he's just gonna do his own thing, completely independent of how Insomnia opens his game here. And yeah, 2 footmen are out already, IEM is coming as well, and it looks like Fire is not gonna scout at all here at first. Insomnia is gonna take the little green camp at first. And Fire is gonna take the even smaller green camp at first. Let's see if he's pulling any militia here. I mean, he could, yeah, using 5 right now. He could go either for the mercenary camp to get the mercs, obviously, or for the expansion right now to get level 2 by creeping the orange one and this little green one before that. Isn't he finishing this creep camp off? Apparently not. And yeah, he's going for the mercenaries. Insomnia is going for his second green camp, so a little bit more of a of a passive start creeping wise. And actually this guy still alive, but now the footman is taking care of him. Talisman of Evasion for Fire. And yeah, we'll see if any of the players is gonna go for the expansion. It looks like Insomnia is gonna do the same creep camp that Fire just did right now. He's a little bit behind, or he's gonna be a little bit behind XP wise though, because he's taken his green camp initially, whereas Fire is right now creeping his expansion already, and it looks like he might be taking that one here early on, and he'll end up with the level 3 once these 2 creeps are going down. Close attack for the IEM of Fire, whereas Insomnia did pick up the energy panel, which is obviously great, and he's pulling new militia as well, so fast expansion by Insomnia as it appears. And actually Fire is sending his militia back, and he started attacking already, so no fast expansion by the German. And it looks like kinda like on map 1, but this time of course with mercenaries. He's gonna get aggressive here. He is obviously at level 3 already, and the first water metal immediately gets dispelled, so he's gonna have to definitely wait until the militia duration is over to start doing some damage to delay his opponent's expansion, whereas Insomnia is already pulling new militia. He's gonna have to try and yeah, fortify his expansion as quickly as possible here. No tower yet at the main base, so maybe there's some harassment potential there as well. Scout by Insomnia heading towards the bottom left corner of the map, but he's not gonna find an expansion of his opponent there, so he's gonna know what Fire is up to. Fire for now trying to keep the pressure up, splitting his army, and these guys are gonna be able to do a lot of damage very nicely. Fire was drawing the attention to the top of the map, and now Insomnia is gonna pay for that. Now he's splitting his army as well, trying to deal with the majority of Fire at the top, whereas at the bottom there's gonna be another little skirmish. We'll see how much damage Fire is gonna be able to do there. His Forest Troll Shadow Priest has already gone down. Same time, he's just trying to do as much damage to the peasants as he possibly can, trying to delay, trying to delay the fast expansion for as long as possible. Now the rest of his army, at least the part that is not almost dead already, is going to continue the harassment, and I'm assuming he's going to get both of these peasants killed before the expansion is going to come up. So that's a lot of time won here by Fire, who's now forced to pull back his AM for a little moment, but even with the Vortex Shadow Priest, Insomnia is not going to be able to keep this peasant alive, but new militia are already streaming in, and they are going to be able to finish the job as soon as the militia duration is over. Fire in return has taken plenty of damage on a lot of his units. He is up on tier 2 already. No arcanes coming yet. And look at his resources. If he picks up the second hero now, which he's doing, with just a panda again, I'm guessing not a huge surprise at this point. He doesn't have the resources to get, you know, a quick counter expansion or to get the arcanes immediately here, because he invested a lot into those footmen, into oh, Shadow Priest survives, Berserker survives, into his mercenaries, into his footmen, into his early harassment, and he was able to delay Insomnia a lot, to do a lot of damage, but in return, yeah, his economy is suffering a little bit, getting one Arcane Sanctum right now. He could get a second one, which he's doing right now as well, both in power build, so he's gonna be able to add the first couple of casters in just a few seconds. AM of Insomnia is about to reach level 4 already, of course. He, still being a solo hero here, is going to get all the experience, while Fire is going to have to share between his AM and his panda. He's taking Insomnia at his main base right now without adding another additional tower, but he's looking decently in terms of army size, so he should be able to defend for now. The question is, how well is he going to be able to deal with Fire's army once the first sorceresses are on the field, once they're slow, once there's maybe a bit of dispel, a bit more dispel available. But for now, Insomnia is looking decently. We do see over and over again stuff heading towards the right hand side of the map. He's picked up another first roll Shadow Priest here. He's got a total of 3, and yeah, he's got the control, so to speak, over both the mercenary camps at the moment by having a peasant on both of them, and therefore he's able to buy all of the mercenaries at the moment, and you can yeah, really see that working in his favor right now. One of the Shadow Priests is going down, second one is being chased by the panda as well, but that's all the damage that Fire is going to be able to do for now. In the meantime, tier 2 about halfway done for Insomnia, and he's squeezing his first row Shadow Priest through the 2 buildings here, but Breath of Fire is able to finish him off. AM is trying to do a bit more damage, but he's being chased away as well. Another mercenary bot, this time it is the Mud Golem level 4 for Insomnia's AM. In the meantime, Fire is not bringing his casters across the map yet. He's obviously heading back as all of his stuff has either gone down or taken plenty of damage, and therefore Insomnia for now has saved both of his bases. He's adding a couple of towers right now, adding a couple of farms as well, and he's about to reach tier 2. He's going to be able to add his second hero, his arcades probably as well, and we'll see what Fire is going to... oh, hold that thought for a moment. He's pulling militia here, and he's bought ivory towers, so is he going to tower rush or tower push Insomnia here? It looks like he's going to do so. There are 2 arcane towers being upgraded in the main base. He's about to finish tier 2. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 peasants on lumber there, which he could turn into militia if he wants to at the tavern right now. He could. I cannot yet pick up the second hero, which is probably going to be a panda as well. Gotta wait for the gold, which he's got right now. Town portal is available for him. Breath of Fire going into the towers. The first one is about to fall as soon as this four-stroke Berserker hits it as well, and he's doing that just once right now. Town portal very aggressively. Another 2 sorceresses coming in for Fire DE. The position is okay-ish for Insomnia, I guess, with all of the militia streaming in from the right-hand side. He's co-used, and yeah, the Mud Golem is already into a bit of trouble. He's gonna fall, but at the same time, all 3 of the towers of Insomnia have been cancelled, and surround on Fire have been cancelled, and surround on the panda of Fire, and he's falling. And that doesn't look like a push that can be successful by any means for Fire DE. He's gonna be forced back here no questions about that. He's down by 12 supply already. The AM has taken plenty of damage. Now he's moving the water metal out of the way to make some room for his AM. But Insomnia did hold this push very convincingly here, and this did not look like the greatest idea of Fire, as far as I can tell. The Sorceress here is going to survive. A couple more peasants are going to fall level 2 for the AM of Insomnia. His for the Panda of Insomnia, his AM is already closing in on level 5, whereas Fire is barely over level 4, and his Panda is already back. Alright, fair enough. But of course, XP wise also not exactly looking too strong. I guess the advantage for Fire is that during this push, Insomnia didn't get to build his tier 2 buildings yet, so he's still gonna have the superior number of casters and breakers eventually, at least for a little while longer. But at the same time, there's plenty of piercing damage available against these casters for Insomnia at the moment, but still I don't really think this is a fight he can take yet. He needs to get his own tier 2 into play. Drunken Haze coming in, Breath of Fire as well, and another bunch of mercenaries even coming in from the bottom. And now it's again Fire's Panda who's into trouble because he's being slowed by the Mud Golem. Again slow running out though, and he's surviving at about 20 HP. So the Panda is getting away here. Another Breath of Fire coming in, another bunch of casters is falling, so another decent little poke here by the Bulgarian Knight. The AM of Fire is gonna have to be careful. He's pulling to the bottom, of course being aware of how much damage he's going to be able to take here. Another Forest Troll Berserker is going down, and this is definitely the point where the fight shifts very, very clearly into Fire's favor. As I said previously, I don't really think that was the greatest idea by Insomnia. Even though he got a couple of kills, he was definitely not ready to fight the priests and the sorceresses yet, and therefore he's gonna be paying for that right now. 43 supply against 43, so equal numbers in this case of course means that the one base player does have more on the battlefield, because he doesn't need he doesn't have the supply investment of that expansion, which, you know, equals about 10 supply in peasants. So yeah, he's able to beat Insomnia here in this fight, which might give him a little bit more of a shot to get back into a longer game, but it looks like that's not even what he wants here. He continues to apply a bit of pressure. Of course the sorceresses, well, there's only one remaining, so that's not too big of a deal having one sorceress in a late game army.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, never mind that. He's continuing the pressure here. Peasants are able to keep the repair up though, and Insomnia is in position for now. He's again a little bit up supply wise. He might pick up a few more mercenaries here before continuing the fight, and it looks like Fire doesn't want to continue fighting against the arcane towers here, because of course all of the mana gets burned all the time, and the water metals are being taken care of rather easily. Trying to go for the surround here against the breaker, but he's squeezing through, and now the casters are out of position. He's gotta pull them back. Drunken Haze coming in by the Panda, Breath of Fire as well. By the way, the Panda did get the talisman, the Pendant of Energy by now, and Fire's Panda actually doesn't have the mana to work with here. And as the militia are coming in, the casters are in a horrible position. Very nice split though here by Fire, making the AoE potential really, really low there for his opponent. Yeah, as the militia are coming in from the top, Fire is putting the town portal, and I think now is definitely the time for him to take the expansion as well, because there is just no way. As we just saw, he was trying to keep the aggression up, but there was no way he was going to be able to push down his opponent. Therefore, he's got to switch to plan B, and that's what he's doing right now, killing the scout farm here, which is of course going to tell Insomnia everything he needs to know. But then again, it's very obvious anyway. And yeah, we are going to go into a longer game apparently. Let's see how Insomnia is reacting here. Tier 2 still, no blacksmith yet, so no upgrades whatsoever. Let's see who's gonna be able to pick up the scrolls right now. It's 61 supply against 56, so Insomnia in a bit of a lead. Fire's got no gold, no items. Of course he needs to invest his gold right now at the expansion, and therefore Insomnia is able to get the heal scroll. So that's pretty good for Insomnia. Only actually not really downside to that. So the next fight breaks out. Force or Shadow Priest has to be put back. The Panda is getting into a good position. Breath of Fire onto the casters by both of the players, and Heat Scroll has been used right now, but it looks like the numbers are still not enough in favor of the Bulgarian. Level 5 right now for Fire's AM. Insomnia's AM previously reached level 5 already. Fire once again is doing a beautiful job splitting his casters here in the back, and he's really able to push back Insomnia for now. So maybe Insomnia was getting aggressive here a little bit too early on. A Town Portal is even being put by him, so Fire pretty nicely holding this one here. Winning this fight pretty convincingly, even though he didn't have the heal scroll, even though his AM had a lot less mana when the fight started, he still kept himself in the fight here, and therefore kept himself in the game, obviously, by getting his counter expansion up right now. And what's the plan for Insomnia? Of course, he still has more supply. Of course, both of the players do have an economy right now, which is fairly equal and fairly well running. Both are in low upkeep already. Neither of them is gonna get any upgrades anytime soon. And Fire, if I just saw it correctly, there was like numbers here, so he must have just reskilled, probably to Blizzard. So we'll see tons of AoE against Insomnia's casters. And it looks like Insomnia might be keeping the pressure up here immediately. Didn't pick up any items this time. Yeah, the heat scroll did go to Fire, and the priests are totally out of position by Insomnia, and he's gonna have to pull him all the way back to his expansion, I think, and therefore there is no way in hell that he's gonna be able to fight here. So all he can do, let's see, he does have a Town Portal, so that's very crucial here for Insomnia. All he can try and do here is lay waste to the economy of Fire's expansion, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. All of the peasants going down, and the Town Portal is being used. One of the breakers is falling, but that was definitely still worth it, as Fire's gold mining is going to be delayed by a lot. Town Portal has been used to the main base, actually. And Insomnia, yeah, at some point he's gonna be forced to fight again, obviously. But given that FIDE cannot invest as much resources into an army right now as he can, looks like he's growing strong here, and it looks like Fire doesn't want to play games here. He just wants to apply more pressure. Once again, Panda is coming in, being burned immediately. Blizzard and Breath of Fire is coming in. Both of the Arcane Towers are gonna fall, but I'm not sure if Fire is really able to take a fight here against potentially Militia and everything by his opponent, because his Panda is already out of mana at this point. No items picked up by Insomnia. New Town Portal, I'm assuming, picked up by Insomnia, and he's not going for the fight at the moment. Just one breaker being left here, whereas at the same time one Ogre Mauler has taken care of the new peasants down here as well. So a lot of harassment going on both sides at the moment. It looks like fight he was trying to pull more militia or more peasants to the bottom, to his expansion, but Insomnia is there to do more damage against it. At the same time, of course, this breaker is going to do more damage on Insomnia's expansion as well, and the Bulgarian is just marching in to Fire's base at the moment. His Panda and his AM are pretty much horribly positioned, though. I think this AM is even surrounded, so he's going to be forced to Town Portal eventually, but not before doing some more damage economically. At the same time, the Blizzard of Fire has taken down two of Insomnia's priests as well, so both of them have taken some damage here. Insomnia at 70 supply, Fire at 60. And yeah, what's the plan here for Insomnia? He's doing damage to the economy of Fire over and over and over again. His AM is 5.5 already. Fire's AM slightly behind. And the Ogre Mauler apparently did want to head back to the rest of his army, but the creeps apparently had a different opinion of where he was heading. And therefore, Drunken Hiss even used by Fire and Breath of Fire just to get the Ogre Mauler killed. So that one is going to fall here eventually. And so is the rest of this creep camp. But Insomnia is keeping the pressure up against the economy here. The next Breath of Fire is going to come in. The next Blizzard is going to come in here on top. Breath of Fire doing decent damage. Fire is chasing the Panda away here. There is a Town Portal on him. The AM doesn't have a Town Portal at the moment. But yeah, he's doing, oh my god, he's killing all of the peasants at Fire's main. And Fire, yeah, is just forced to dance around in between his main and his expansion, but for now he's not able to punish Insomnia at all for what he's doing. In the meantime, at the bottom, Insomnia is again applying more pressure to the expansion, and Fire is losing so many peasants here. And now he's catching up to the AM, though there is a priest available with Dispel, but it looks like he doesn't realize it. And there's plenty of slow, of course, to get rid of this AM. The Panda is already heading up from the expansion. He's got the town portal, so he should probably be able to save this AM. He should be able to pass the town portal, and he uses it at 30 HP. So this AM is going to survive. Panda would have mana for Breath of Fire, but not really any point in using it since he couldn't finish off anything, and the rest of his army is gonna have to fall back here. But look at the damage dealt here. There's a few peasants in Fire's main. There are no peasants in Fire's expansion, or at Fire's expansion, and therefore, yeah, this has definitely done a lot of damage economically to Fire. And Insomnia in the meantime is going for tier 3, so that's why he's trying to win all this time here, and trying, while he's investing into tier 3 stuff, he's keeping Fire DE from pushing ahead supply wise too much. It's even still in excuse me, still in Insomnia's favor supply wise, but just looking at the numbers here, I mean, on the field it looks fairly even, if not even bigger for the German. But of course there are somewhat close to no peasants remaining for Fire. And it looks like he wants to fight here. Nevertheless, it looks like he feels like he's strong enough to take a straight up fight. 2 heal scrolls for Fire, no town portal for him. Insomnia doesn't have any heal scrolls. He's getting 2 arcane towers here. He's getting 2 more guard towers as well. And it looks like the fight is now going to break out. Breath of Fire casted by both of the players as well as Blizzard. The Panda of Fire is immediately taking plenty of damage. He's got to reposition. And as we can see, the caster's taking some damage as well. But the Blizzard is doing a fine job against the tower here. Not really dealing damage to anything else, as Insomnia is keeping his few casters that he's got very far in the back. The first of the guard towers has gone down. The Panda is getting very aggressive here. He's got to pull back right now, but he's taking so much damage for this little endeavor here, which was totally pointless. And now he's gonna have to be in the back of his army because he's got no heal potions whatsoever. He's got priests which are gonna do a nice job with the Panda, but they're gonna take a little while. In the meantime, tier 3 has been reached. Workshop coming for or even 2 workshops coming for Insomnia. So if he's able to add a couple of mortar teams in time, and he's of course going to look strong. Of course, Fire knows that the clock is ticking, that the tier 3 advantage eventually is going to come into play, and therefore he's going to have to do damage. But he's looking very strong here, and it looks like Insomnia is he pulling back entirely? I think he does. I think he doesn't feel like he can hold this expansion, and yeah, Fire doesn't have a town portal, and therefore Fire has to fall back as well, as Insomnia is heading around the bottom of the map. And Insomnia is definitely going to be fine with trading economies here, because he's the one who's gonna have his tier 3 advantage to come into play soon. The fragmentation shards upgrade is coming already, and as soon as there are like 3, very nice by Fire with the Scout Farm here, sees his opponent coming in early on. As soon as there are like 3 mortar teams on the field, they are going to make such a huge difference. Of course, Paladin, Knights, Master Priests, etc. can be added eventually as well. But then again, there's no gold in the mains anymore, so there's not really that strong of an economy to support everything immediately here for Insomnia. So we'll see how much he's going to be able to afford, how much he's going to be able to benefit from his tech advantage at the moment. Of course, his opponent is still on tier 2, and as we can see, Fire has taken plenty of damage in his main, as there is still about 500 gold in that mine. And seriously, does no one want to kill that Murloc Nightcrawler here? Even previously, Fire already had the chance, and he didn't kill it when he was harassed here. And now, oh yeah, now it was Fire again, so really he doesn't feel like taking down that Murloc Nightcrawler. Another bunch of breakers coming out for Fire. He's up at 78 against 82 supply. Mortar team number 1 is with the army already. We do hear mortar team number 2 spawning. Fragmentation shards has been upgraded already. Heal scroll wise, there are 2 for Fire, still no for Insomnia. That's what really could hurt him in the long run. And there's an inward potion on the Panda of Fire. In return, of course, there's a bit of a supply advantage for Insomnia. Breath of Fire going in against the mortar teams, and the first one is immediately falling, which is a very crucial loss here by Insomnia. Plenty of militia are streaming in from the right hand side. The Panda gotta use his immo potion. Looks like there's still both the heal scores available, and Insomnia's peasants are taking so much damage here by the Blizzard. The AM is about to reach level 6 already. Actually, both AMs are, but Fire is the first one to do so, and now the AM has to fall back here for Insomnia. There is mana for one Breath of Fire, but I don't think that would have been enough, as the Panda, both of the Pandas actually still are on level 4 only, not on level 5 yet. And Fire is again looking strong here. 76 supply against 69. Of course, plenty of peasants are included in the, you know, supply drop of Insomnia here. Panda's gotta be careful though. Ultimate used to the front by Fire D just to get into a bit of a better position. The mortar team is immediately exposed. Both of the Pandas are taking plenty of damage. Heal score used by Fire, level 5 for his Panda. Both of them still have to be careful with their heroes. Blizzard is coming in, repositioning the casters here. Fire is, and now the Panda is taking some damage, and Breath of Fire is taking down the level 5 Panda of Fire, which is huge, of course. Losing a level 5 hero in that kind of situation might be just enough to bring Insomnia back into this game. Another breaker is falling. One mortar team, 3 mortar teams at the moment with the army, which is huge, of course. Fire does have to level 6, of course, so does Insomnia right now, thanks to the Panda kill. Now his Panda's gotta be careful, but moving out of the Blizzard in time. The breakers are trying to get into a good position against the mortar teams, but for now Insomnia is microing properly. And Fire, yeah, as you can see, against the breakers, against the mortars, it's super hard to fight for him. Peasants have come in just now, I think. Wow, were they from the gold mine? That's gonna cost them a little bit. And yeah, another mass teleport, as it appears, coming in here onto one of these peasants. And is Fire able to hold this expansion here? Is the big question, and I think the answer is probably no. There is level 5 right now on the Panda of Insomnia. Fire with a score of regeneration is coming in from the top. His own Panda is about halfway back. Insomnia is getting himself into a good position here, of course, always able to pull the mortar teams back a little bit, which is exactly what he's doing right now against the Blizzard. Breath of Fire going onto the AM of Fire DE. And yeah, the upside for him is that a lot of the breakers of Insomnia are very low, and Insomnia didn't get a heal score here. His expansion is once again running, so is Fire's for now. Yeah, still a fairly tense situation. Some breakers being split here by Insomnia. I was thinking for a moment he'd put them into the peasant line of Fire DE, but that's not the case for now. But yeah, look at the mortar teams. Look at Fire's breakers. They cannot take this fight at the moment. Plenty of them are going down. Fire again trying to poke in with the AM. What's really hurting him here is the loss or the lack of his Panda in this fight. He'd be able to apply so much pressure to the breaker to the mortar teams. Why do I mistake them all the time here? But that's not a possibility at the moment. All of the peasants are falling for Fire, and he's gonna lose his expansion right now. 52 supply for Insomnia, 25 for Fire. His Panda is back right now, and yeah, maybe if Insomnia pays no attention whatsoever to his Panda, there's a tiny chance of him getting killed, but very, very tiny. Panda is coming in from the bottom. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire is gonna get rid of one priest, probably two. He's scored out right now by the Panda of Insomnia, so it's only going to be one kill here by Fire DE. As I said, 25 supply for him. His expansion is down. He's got 0 peasants remaining, as it seems. Okay, there is 1 peasant here. Not sure how far that's gonna get him though. Another AoE coming in here for the German. Breath of Fire onto the AM though, and he's getting rid of one more priest. 23 supply remaining for Fire, and he's pulling the town portal here. Panda is gonna have to make sure to get into range of the town portal, and he does so. Another priest is falling, and of course, during all this time, Insomnia's expansion is still running. Still 1,000 gold in there, over and over. Like every time I check Fire's main base, so does Insomnia, with a flare of his mortar teams, which of course he's got an unlimited resource of level 7 in the meantime for the AM even of Insomnia. And Fire calls GG. Insomnia is winning his first map here. As I said in the beginning, he's not gonna go down without a fight. It's still 2-0 for Fire. And after another very nice to look at human mirror, he's able to win his first map here. I think if you want to really simplify it, I think the one crucial moment in the end was when FireDE lost his level 5 Panda at the right hand side of the map. Of course, before that, a lot of back and forth, like Fire trying to go for the tower push on tier 2, which didn't work out at all. Insomnia taking a few not so good fights, giving Fire the chance to get his counter expansion up. Then Fire again taking so much damage by the harassment, giving Insomnia the time to get up to tier 3. Then Insomnia again not able to take a straight up fight despite his tech advantage for a long time, winning a bit more time with another hit and run around the bottom of the map. And then when the big fight finally took place, I was thinking it was looking better for Fire, but then the Panda loss, as I said, if you really want to simplify it, you can say the Panda loss was the one crucial difference in the end. And yeah, that gave Insomnia enough of an advantage in the very end to kill the expansion, and then of course to very easily win the game afterwards. So as I said twice now, I think it's 2-1 for Fire, and the next map number 4, is going to be Tarina's Stand.